Hey guys, sorry. Hey, it's Dr. Dobbs. Hope you're doing well. Apologize for not doing more videos and being more better contact. It's been crazy around this semester. Wanted to touch base with you on a few things. Just kind of go over the announcements that I've posted and some of the changes, reminders. First, the extra point opportunities. If you notice, the walkthrough time, if you're able to attend, there's the tab right here, walkthrough time. This is the Forest Cemetery website, so it'll take you to, give you instructions and directions and so forth. And the student quiz is right here. It's a really basic quiz. I'm going to use it for all schools. But if you're going to be able to attend, probably a good idea to go ahead and either print this out or make sure you got it pulled up. And then so when you go to the tour, and it should be a sign-in sheet. If not, if you happen to be the first one there, ask for one. Ask them to put sign-up sheets. Sign in, and then as you're going around, they'll you have a map. I think they usually give kind of directions on where to find the characters that are on the student quiz. Again, if you're able to attend, that's great. Our president's actually going to be one of the reenactors, so it's kind of cool, and a couple of other instructors, because they're emphasizing our nursing program that's been around for 50 years. The other, let's go back to announcements. The other extra point opportunities is the, I hate this when it does this, sorry, where it disappears. Here under the tab, the extra point primary source quizzes. Okay, now again, there's 4 primary source quizzes that you can complete. They're up to 8 points each, and so they're multiple choice questions. These are the extra point ones are. And so if you click here, you'll notice the quizzes themselves are right here. So like when you click on one of these, this will actually take you to the quiz. Okay, and so you can click on that. Again, they're all there. You can copy and paste this, or have it set aside a different screen, whatever. Let me get out of it. And then, yes, I'll leave. Of course, it's just like the other quizzes. It's open until it closes, which I think I put the date on there. What, December 17th, which I'm going to make sure that's okay. That's right. I think that sounds kind of late, but I plan on doing it just a few days before grades are due, because I don't have to grade these. These are automatically graded, so it'll be right in your total points before I calculate your final score. But again, when you go here, you'll notice, so here are the quizzes, but then for each one, like if you're going to look at chapter 8, here are the primary sources, and it's important that the questions you answer, you'll use chapter 8 as well. So read through this. It gives you some background. It'll tell you to also look at chapter 8 as kind of background. Same thing when you get into chapter 10. Let me look here about, someone mentioned something. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take a second. Some of the students yesterday mentioned that these maps, again, they're small, but what you can do is when you click on this, took a second to figure out where to go. If you go and just actually click on the actual link, okay, so it's already been requested. You don't have to. I looked at that request stuff, so you just click on the link, and it takes you then to the bigger one. So that one you can at least for this one. Let's see if it's got the other one. And then yeah, so let me see if it's for this one. Well, what you can do also, you can click on Control and scroll forward and make the screen bigger like this, and hopefully try to work it out. Of course, this we're looking at a different site now, but so anyway, I'm gonna pause. All right, so again, the primary, those extra point, you can do those whenever. I mean, it's probably useful to do them while we're working on the different chapters, because you use the chapter as background, and some of the questions you use to answer those as well. Now, the other thing I announced is, remember, I decided not to require the Think Like a Historian, which was 50 points total. And so won't make up the full 50 points, but for this exam, I've posted an additional required primary source quiz, chapter 11. Okay, so you'll click on required stuff, and again up under exam 3, and I'll add in there, I just noticed I don't have it listed there, but if you point here and you go up in here and there's a primary source. Now this one's a little bit different. There's the 4 multiple choice questions, just like the extra point ones, but there's also a short essay section. Okay, so when you click on it, again, it's just like it was before. Here's the actual quiz, and then here's the documents. One of them's a couple maps, which is a little clearer. You can see these a little bit better. And then also, then they'll ask if there's a video that you can pull up. You'll recognize the actor doing this very famous speech by Sojourner Truth, one of the most amazing women and amazing people in American history. And again, in the quiz, there's a short essay, and the essay is really, you use primarily the text. You can also use some of the documents, but for the little essay question, which will be 10 points, you use mostly the text. There's a big section there in the text. It's about the lives of enslaved women and some of the distinctions. Okay. Now the other thing is then, as far as instructions on how to do the essay and how I'll grade the essay, this is more than what the little short answers you give for the reading quiz. Those are just 2 points, and if you're in the ballpark and you have the right, you mention the right words here and there, I kind of give you as much as I can. But this one I'm going to be grading as a short essay, so I'm going to use a rubric, and this is an essay rubric right here under Take Exams here. And you'll see it, you pull it up there, and basically each section you can get the first section, the historical context, which you can read about that, kind of giving background. The thesis statement, 2 points. Historical evidence, 3 points. The most would be 3 points, and the most for this one would be 3 points. So it's 10 points total possible. Okay, and you can read through this, and I'll tell you, if you have any questions about writing an essay or how to do this, you can contact our Cardinal Tutoring Center. My daughter actually works in that center. It started as a writing center, but also, again, it's just 10 points, but read through this. I know that as far as the source, you're going to be primary. It's just our text. So don't write it verbatim. I'm not having you submit it in SafeAssign. If we do and for the exam 4, there'll probably be another essay question that I'm going to add. Again, taking up for what we didn't do in the for the Think Like a Historian. Sorry, I'm focused challenged, and so just looking at a computer like this, it's hard to focus. But I'm not going to be super strict on this, but put some effort into giving the background, fully answering the question. Okay, and again, for this one, for the Chapter 11 quiz, you're just doing it in that quiz. There's a section for the essay question. Now again, you can work on it and copy and paste it, whatever. It's due November 1st, okay, which is a couple weeks, but November 1st is a Wednesday. Okay, so you can see here it'll be due November 1st by 11:59 p.m. because it deals with Chapter 11, so it'll be coming kind of a little bit before, so you can complete this and then of course focus on the exam coming up that following weekend. So just want to remind you of that. So again, for exam 4, I will right now plan on a little bit more expanded just essay question, and I'll give you some prompts on that'll be about 20 points. So altogether, the extra stuff here probably about 30 points instead of it's not the full 50, but then I'll adjust the total possible in the syllabus and the scoring. But I want you to be able to do some things, because remember, all the things that you do that are open book, all the quizzes, all this stuff, that's exams are a challenge. I had test anxiety a lot when I was in school, and so over half of what your grade is going to be is, of course, open book activities, exercises, and quizzes. So I want you to be able to get those points. Also work on some writing, and actually partly this primary source quiz, but also the essay that I give you for exam 4, I'll use as a student learning outcome as well, to assess some writing and so forth that we have to turn in as student learning outcomes. So hope you have a great weekend, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Looks like it's going to be great weather, so hopefully you can make it to the walkthrough time. Is pretty cool. It's interesting, and lots of interesting people there. The reenactors telling their stories, very interesting stories. And again, it's supposed to be like 70 something degrees and nice. Last year I think it was about 92 or 3. So anyway, well, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.